you wondering if maybe you're eating too much sugar? Well, I'm gonna go through 10 signs that you are in fact eating too much sugar. Okay, number one on my list is if you get a white coating on the surface of your tongue. That's an indication of maybe a candida issue. I've got other videos on that. And you may be eating too much sugar that's actually feeding that candida. Okay, number two on my list is if you actually crave a lot of sugar all the time. Now what can happen in your microbiome is that you can have some less favorable organisms in there. Candida happens to be one of them that makes you crave. So it's actually the organism that itself feeds and lives off of all that sugar. It's making you crave that sugar all the time. Okay, number three is that you are low in energy, so you're feeling fatigued. Maybe because your blood glucose levels are spiking and then crashing and your insulin levels are all over the map. This is another telltale sign that you're eating too much sugar. Okay, number four on my list is if you're prone to skin rashes. That could be the eczema, the psoriasis. All that sugar could be causing a dysbiosis, so an imbalance in the actual microbiome on your skin, as that's tied into your bloodstream and to your gut ecology as well. A sign that you're eating too much sugar. Okay, number five on my list is dandruff. So this is usually a yeast issue on the scalp. Again, that yeast is fed by having too much sugar in your diet, and all of that sugar is going to exacerbate the itchiness and the flaking and the dry scalp with your dandruff. Okay, number six on my list is itchiness in the ears. This again can be related to fungal issues, a candida issue. If you find that you're needing to sort of poke around in there because of discomfort in the ears and they're very itchy, again, you could be eating too much sugar. That's feeding these less favorable organisms. Okay, number seven on my list, are you prone to yeast infections or even urinary tract infections? Again, you could be eating too much sugar. That's feeding those less favorable organisms like the yeast and the candida. And this could also be compromising your immune system. So some research has now shown that eating too much sugar actually suppresses your immunity, and now you won't be able to fight off these infections that could be recurring as well because that immune system isn't working as it should to fight these things off. Okay, number eight on my list is athlete's foot. So if you're prone to this, again, a fungal infection fed by all of that sugar and you're actually feeding those less favorable organisms, you want to stop that sugar intake, and that will help to reverse the athlete's foot. Okay, another sign is number nine on my list. Are you waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. in the morning? Well, that could be an indication that your blood sugar was far too high just before bed. Maybe you were overdoing it with the sweets and the carbohydrates before bed, spiked your blood sugar levels, and now your body's compensating and waking you up between 3 and 4 a.m. And number 10 on my list, if you're struggling with your weight. So if you are overweight, maybe the sugar is a big part of this. And I know how addictive sugar can be. It's actually been proven to be as addictive as cocaine. So it's not always your fault, but at the same time, you may need to have some tips and some tricks as to how to curb that sugar intake and how to balance your blood glucose levels as well. So I actually have another video. I want you to check it out. The best herbal medicines to balance blood sugar. I'll see you there.